Hello, Anthony McConaughey with M-12 Cigars. Alright, so last time I gave kind of a brief introduction about who I am and the importance of cigars to me and etc. etc. All the nice little cool things. Alright, so first we'll just discuss like the anatomy of a cigar. Alright, it's very simple. You have your body, the foot, the head. Okay, now a lot of people will call this the cap. Same thing. Okay, the cap or the head is what you sniff, and the foot is what you light. Now, when it comes to when you light a cigar or when you snip a cigar, you just have to be careful. You'll see at the end of a cigar. Now, if I could put it up here, but it's not gonna really do too much. All right, but you gotta be careful because the cap is basically just leftover tobacco leaf that they took from the wrapper. Okay, and they just kind of paste it on there, and there you go. That's your cap. All right. Now the cap, if you cut it past the cap and cut the cap off completely, you risk the wrapper unraveling. And when you unravel a cigar or a cigar wrapper, you'll be left with a binder, and then so on and so forth. Now you can smoke it that way. I've done it on accident. I've accidentally snipped past the cap, and I've just endured until the very end. And I was like, whatever, and I unraveled it all, and that was the end of it. It's really ugly. The wrapper, in my opinion, its sole purpose is just to be pretty. But this is just opinion based. All right, so that's the basics of the anatomy, and then you go into a little more in depth. You have your wrapper, which is what you see. Then right under the wrapper, you have your binder, and then right inside the binder, what the binder is binding is the filler. And you can go online and see how they do it, but essentially they take tobacco leaves that have been fermented, aged, and cured uh, from a range of several months to a couple years, all the way up to like maybe 15 years. I mean, I don't know what these guys do. That's part of their marketing scheme. Um, so once they have all that stuff put together, they separate the leaves that are good and what's bad, what's going to be their budget, budget brand, and then what's going to be their premium top of the line brand. And what they do is when they have those tobacco leaves, this is the rolling process. They roll up those leaves in an accordion fold, all right, and they basically just little micro bends and blah blah blah. Well, not micro bends, but small bends, all the way up until if you fan it out, it looks like an accordion, and then get it. All right, and when they put that together, then they take another set of leaves and they use that as the binder. And once they wrap the binder all up, all nice and pretty, and well, it's not gonna be pretty, but once they got that all together, then they get the binder, or then they get the wrapper on, and they wrap it up, make it look pretty, cap it, whatever, and then that goes under a quality evaluation. So that's pretty much how that works. Now, everything else I mean, that's up to you. I pretty much just stick with the basics. I know a little more, but I'm not going to bore y'all with the details. If you guys want to know more, I'll post a video on information and stuff like that. But you really don't need it. I mean, you got everything on YouTube. I mean, that's where I got all mine, and it's a good chunk of information. I'm only here for rating purposes and some of the other stuff I decide to do with this video blog. So let's get down to business here. My rating system. Alright, I think I explained it briefly in the first video, but I have to smoke at least 3 cigars of that brand before I will give a legitimate rating. Now, bear in mind, when I say rating, I am going to give a number. Okay, it's going to be 0 through 100. This rating is not supposed to be, how do I say it, the be all and all. Like if I say it's a 75, that doesn't mean necessarily that it's bad. What I mean by that is I say it's 75, and then the guy from Cigar Obsession says it's an excellent cigar. Okay, me and the Cigar Obsession guy have two totally different tastes. he, on one hand, hates the big green gauge cigars. He says it all the time. He's partly my inspiration to make this. Uh, Me, on the other hand, I personally enjoy them. I'm part of that generation, and market shows that that's on an increase. Like people want the bigger cigars. So I don't know why, but they do. I personally like them. So, anyways, the rating system I use is one from Cigar Aficionados. It's 15 points for appearance and construction, 25 points for smoking characteristics, i.e., ash, how thick of the smoke, is it a tight draw, is it a loose draw, burn too hot, burn uneven, things of that nature, etc., etc., etc. And flavor. Now, flavor, you know, again, that's whatever flavor, the flavor of a cigar. And then after that is overall experience. And that's worth 35 points. To me, that's the most important part. If I was just, if I just wasn't feeling it, I'll dock points off it. It's just I wasn't feeling it. It was just a run-of-the-mill cigar. It didn't do anything special. Nothing amazing. What. All right, and I'll just that's how I rate cigars. Some of my personal favorites for those out there. If you like something sweet, we'll just start there. The most obvious one is the Drew Estate Acid line. The Cuba Cuba and the Cuba Deluxe. I have friends who I smoke cigars with, and they say they love those, and it's because they're sweeter. So those are the one. Those are some ones out there. If you want something that's like full strength, Nimish Patel's Thunderline. I'll tell you what, I went from smoking $2 quorums to one day I felt bold and smoked a Nimish Thunder, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it was crazy. I wasn't ready for it. Basically, when I refer to full bodied or full strength is the full punch of nicotine. Let's face facts here. It's still tobacco, tobacco nicotina, whatever that the Latin phrase is for it, Latin word for it is. So there is nicotine. You will get a little bit of a nicotine buzz if you're not ready for it. When you smoke an Image Thunder, two things I recommend: you have a full stomach and you have been smoking cigars for a while. If you don't have either of those things, and God help you if you have neither, you may get sick. So just be on guard for that. For some like run of the mill, everyday smokes, the quorums, I will forever bow down to the quorum line. I love the quorums. Quorum Shade is a little lighter, and then just the quorum whatever has a darker wrapper. All really good cigars. For my next vlog, I heard that on the internet the other day. It's a video vlog instead of blog, so I'm gonna be cool and hip. All right, so for my next rating, I'm going to do. I'll just put this down. For my next rating, right, that's what I'm smoking right now. I'm gonna tell you right now off the bat, it's not a bad cigar. CAO La Travaita. Yep. Traviata. Yep. We're gonna roll with that. The Traveler. Sure. No, that's not really what it's called. It's La Traviata. Whatever. All right, that's gonna be the cigar I'm rating. Right now I'm smoking it. Right now, so far so good. Nothing bad. A little bit of an uneven burn, but truthfully, that's not a huge issue for me. But excellent smoke so far. Really nice draw. Nothing too extravagant though. But you know me, Churchill's. So I got a whole another hour or two left from this. All right, so this is Anthony McConaughey for M-12 Cigars.